What's going on, guys? Billy Pinckney here alongside my Road to the Big Show co-host, Taylor Motter. Taylor, how's it going?
Oh, I'm doing great, man. How you been?
Good, good. It's been a while since we last did one of these and, talked about baseball, the season. But man, what a season you've been having this year. 341 average, 24 big flies. You were named the player of the month, player of the week. Talk about your season.
It's just been fun, man. Things start clicking a little bit. Home runs come in bunches, I guess. Um, no, it's just a good group of guys that I have in the clubhouse around me. And you play better when you're with a bunch of guys that you like and
Mhm.
you get along with, and you have a good time with. So it's been really fun in the clubhouse. It's been really fun outside of the clubhouse. So it's helped have this good season.
For sure. Now, talk about some of the adjustments that you made hitting wise. I know you start off the year a little slower and then you were able to make some adjustments.
Yeah, I think it was just starting off the year slow, was just kind of getting into the groove.
Mhm.
Coming from the alt site where we played, I think we only played like 8 games. So we didn't play many games. So
Right.
our spring training was kind of like the first week or so. Um, but no, it was just getting back to what I do best, and that's just trying to find barrels and seeing what happens. No really big adjustment, just finally seeing the ball and kind of sticking to my approach.
Yeah. Now, what's your approach mentally when you're in a groove like that at the plate? Like, what's running through your head? Is it more confidence? Is it like what? How does that work?
Yeah, there's definitely confidence. But there's also it's hard because when you're in a streak like that, it's almost everything you hit's a hit, right?
Uh,
So we get caught swinging at crap and bullshit, and we don't want to get stuck in that habit. So if you look at that line, I think I have a very high walk percentage through that. I guess the whole season really, but especially through that month.
Right.
Um, and it's just sticking to my approach of trying to see the pitch that I'm getting, or trying to take a good swing at a pitch that I can handle in my zone. And it's helped being able to stick to that type of approach and get my walks when they give them to me.
Right. Now, how do you not focus too much attention on what you're able to do at the plate and not get caught up in that? So then, you play mind games with yourself.
Oh man, you're caught up in it. It doesn't matter what you do.
Yeah.
You know what's going on.
Yeah.
But like I said, the good thing about it is you know what's going on.
Yeah.
So being an older guy, I know how to settle myself down and calm myself down a little bit on top of that. That's why I said, like, last night we had a big situation. We had a guy on, we're tied going into the ninth inning. It's kind of an obvious situation, but it's a situation knowing as an older guy that it's coming. There's a guy on second base. We were tied in the ninth inning. Um, 2 outs, lefties on the mound. We have a lefty on deck. So I got an automatic, the intentional for whatever walk. So they walked me. But in the fifth inning of that game, there was a guy on third base with 1 out, and we were up by one. And I walked on 4 pitches, but the pitcher threw every pitch that was just borderline.
Right.
It was just outside the black on the outside. He threw one just down off the plate and then one in.
Yeah.
And situations like that, you got to figure they're not really trying to let me get that run in to go up 2-0, but they're also not trying to really intentionally walk me either. So it's just situations like that where you just got to know what's going on. And that's when I say stay within your honey hole of
Mhm.
where you know that you can hit that pitch and do damage on. And that's what's
Right.
helped big time.
Right. Just being patient. And even though you're capable of it, just being patient, waiting for that pitch.
Hitting the mistakes
Right.
and making them pay for the mistakes pretty much.
For sure. Now talk about your team. You have some great guys on the team, it looks like. Guys that I know New York fans are familiar with, Greg Bird, some other solid pitchers. How that group been guys been?
Actually, Greg Bird just texted me while we were doing this. He's great, man. You know what? Greg Bird is one of my, I don't want to say one of my favorite teammates because I really do love everyone in that clubhouse. They're all great. Um, I guess me and Greg just click a little more because we're older and we've been around kind of big league status, and we have a locker next to each other, so we're kind of on the same wavelength there. But man, the pitching staff start, and I would tell them this, so I'm not really worried about it. They started off rough. Hitting has gone through some tough, rough patches as well. But there's just that clubhouse, man. It's unbelievable. You walk in and it's just like being with the boys. Everyone's giving each other shit. No one's taking it serious. It makes us better. We hold each other accountable for their shit. Like yesterday, I had a bad base running thing. Me and Trejo kind of messed up on a bases. There was an overthrow. He didn't run. I didn't look. I ran. And I went up to him. I was like, hey, bro, I messed up, man. My bad. And everyone's like, yeah, man, just run with your head up. I'm like, hey, you're right. So it's like we're holding everyone accountable. But there's older guys in there that are keeping younger guys in line. Like it's phenomenal. It's a phenomenal clubhouse.
Yeah, that's huge too for younger players to have that chemistry at younger levels, whether in high school, college, little league, just being able to have that understanding of one another and that chemistry is huge in the long run.
Well, the good thing is too that they have shoot, if you look at that lineup, I think most of the people have been in the big leagues, depending on their age. They've been in the big leagues for a little bit, a longer time. So they're getting so much information from like guys like Ryan Blade, who's a young guy, a couple injuries, got him to AAA this year, which I think he deserved to be in AAA anyways because he's absolutely raking. But now he gets to learn from us instead of sitting in AA and maybe not learning or maybe doing this. We have a pitcher here, Ryan Rollison, who was a big time prospect for us. He gets to learn from a lot of these big league guys that we have in the bullpen. And he's hurt right now. So he's sitting in the dugout and he gets to hear the position player side of how the baseball game rolls.
Right.
So he's learning so much just from sitting on the bench here instead of when he was hurt, sending him to like Arizona. Like if you send him to Arizona, nothing's going to happen. He's just going to sit there and chill and rehab. Well, now you got him here. He's learning baseball. So now he's more mature beyond his age because he's sitting around guys like me, Greg Bird, Josh Fuentes, Rio Ruiz. Like he's sitting there talking to us guys. So it's great.
Yeah. And that's huge too, because I feel like AAA, you have a lot more veteran leadership than in AA or any lower level because you have a lot of those guys who are right there who might, get back up, who are already in the big leagues.
Yeah. You know what? It's crazy. When I was in AAA for the first time in 2015, I was the youngest guy at 20. I think I was like 25 or 24. And I was the youngest guy by a lot. My whole team was 30-plus-year-olds on the team.
Yeah.
Now it's starting to change a little bit. We're starting to get more younger guys up to AAA and prospects and stuff. But they used to call young guys out of AA up to the big leagues, which they're still doing now. But AAA is a younger kid league now. So it's good that our aspect of our team is the way it is to help these guys.
Right. Now talk about the rest of your league. How's that going? How are those the other teams that you're playing out there?
You know what, man? We've played some really good teams, some really great guys on other teams. When you get to doing this for as long as some of us have, we know everybody almost everywhere. So when we show up and we're playing 6 games, we're going to dinner with guys, we're going to lunch with guys. We're talking and having fun on the field. We're bullshitting with each other. Like this team we're playing now, OKC, I know a bunch of their guys. So I'm always sitting there talking to someone or bullshitting with someone, doing something, so, and it's all just in good fun and games, see how they are, how the family's doing, and talk about what's going on in life, and not always baseball.
For sure. Before we wrap it up, talk about some of the tougher pitchers you've faced, because there's some great, solid pitchers in AAA, and you've obviously done a lot of damage at the plate this year. What guys have challenged you at the plate?
You know what? I don't really know names. I'm never really good with names. I could go by the teams that we've played.
Okay.
And that I've been kind of afraid to face. The Padres always have the El Paso Chihuahuas always have a great bullpen.
Right.
They throw fuego just from not it's 95 plus. You know what you're getting every guy. Seattle had a different bullpen than we faced all year. Every one of their guys were two-seam sinker guys, and we didn't face anyone with two-seam sinkers all year. And then Sugarland has some good guys as well. OKC had a really good starter last night. He was sitting 97 for about 5 innings with a good slider. They had a guy, Quackenbush. He's played in the big leagues for a long time. He's got a .3 ERA, which is unheard of in this league. Then who else? We got Vegas, the A's. They got some fuego throwers out there too. Weems, he was out there when we faced him. He was 98. AJ Puck was out there. I would say those bullpens were pretty damn good to face.
Love it. Love it. Taylor, appreciate it. Keep swinging it. Best of luck the rest of the year. We'll do another check-in at some point later in the year, and hopefully get that call pretty soon.
That sounds good, man. I'll be around. Let's get another one done.
Love it. All right, we'll see you guys next time.